girl lies on her mother's coffin, feeling the closest distance to her mother. She didn't get up until a worker shooed her away. Taking one step and 3 turns to leave. This is a free public cemetery. Once the dirt is in the pit. A week later, no headstone, no marker. She will never find this place again. After experiencing her mother's death, Lizzie realized she couldn't keep wandering like this. Otherwise her life would only get worse. She'd end up on the same path as her mother. It wasn't a life she wanted. She had to change. For a 16-year-old girl, there's only one best way to change her fate. That is to go back to school and get an education. So with the help of her neighbors, she was able to enroll in a private high school. Unfamiliar with the subway, she was late for the first day of enrollment. When she arrived, enrollment had already closed. But Liz didn't give up. She insisted on getting an enrollment form and wrote an application for admission. After waiting at the entrance for half a day, finally the principal appeared. Lizzie pleaded with the principal to give her 30 seconds. The principal agreed and they walked into the office. Lizzie began to talk about her past. She grew up with a family full of holes. She says, "I just need a chance to climb out of the situation I was born into."
Everyone I know, they're angry and tired. They're trying to survive. But I know that there's a world out there that's better developed, and I want to live in it.
Perhaps touched by Liz's experience, the principal finally agreed to her application for admission. But according to school regulations, her guardian must come forward to confirm before she can be officially enrolled. Lizzie had to go to the homeless shelter to find her father. They hadn't seen each other for years. There were no pleasantries, no recriminations. It was like a business-like stumbling through a task. Her father wanted to give Lizzie some money, but he hadn't got a penny in his pocket. Lizzie said, "Don't worry about me. I've got a job and I can take care of myself." Seeing that his daughter had earned everything, the father felt a little remorseful. He realized that he had failed in his duty and kept apologizing to his daughter. But Lizzie had no complaints against her.
I love you, Dad.
Don't love me. It's a waste of energy.
You know, when I was little, you were the most interesting thing in my world. Everyone was just talking about drugs or sex or, just trying to survive the day. But you always had ideas. It's because of you I know that there's another way of being.
Hearing this, the father couldn't hold back any longer. He went up to Lizzie and gave her a hug. Before he left, he said to her,
Stay in school. I blew this. But you can do this.
Looking at her father's back, Lizzie's forced tears fell again. After coming to school, Lizzie realized she had fallen behind in her classes for 2 years. In order to catch up with the teacher's teaching schedule, she had to work harder than the others. At night, everyone left. She was the only one still in the classroom continuing to study. That day, the principal organized a visit to Harvard University for the top 10. By this time, Lizzie had gotten first place in the whole school. She entered Harvard's campus for the first time. Looking at the solemn buildings and elegant students, Lizzie first felt the incomparable yearning. This is not exactly her dream of another world? She wanted to go to school here, but the high tuition became the biggest problem. In order to fix the tuition, Liz began to collect all kinds of scholarship information. Finally, she saw a suitable one. This is a special scholarship from the New York Times, $12,000 a year. You can get it for 4 years in total. More than 3,000 people apply every year, but in the end, only 6 people get it. The requirement this year is to write an essay. In order to apply for the scholarship, Liz changed her essay over and over again, for 4 months, until the day of her 18th birthday. She dared to hand it in. This essay for Lizzie is not just a simple application. It was more of a gift she gave to herself. As graduation season approached, Lizzie's paper was recognized by the newspaper. During the interview, Lizzie sincerely told her story. Vagrancy, begging, abandonment. The devastated past was told in a calm manner by her, not a word of complaint. There was only acceptance and change. Few people can relate to Lizzie. When it was over, the interviewer came to see her off. He gave her a big hug and she passed. Lizzie went on to Harvard with the highest grades in the school.